Hey, just wanted to make this video for all the conscious teachers and practitioners and healers and people who are bringing their work to other people to make this planet a better place, or just help relieve human suffering. Wanted to share some of the important marketing skills that I have, that I keep teaching the people in conscious world, because we all make the same mistakes. We all have the same attitude, writing from the heart and sharing from the heart and trusting that the universe will provide the people who want to learn. But unfortunately, as my friend, the shamanic friend says, sometimes spirit doesn't know business. So we kind of have to learn marketing a little bit as well as being spiritual, to be balanced both in the material world and in the spiritual world. So here it is. Some of the things that I keep saying to people over and over, I just put them into the video, and hopefully everybody will benefit from it. For this video, we'll take creating Facebook events. I assume you already have created it before and you already have something in front of you to have a look at. An event with a date, place, headline description, heading description, description of the event, and a photograph. And also try and post this event on your Facebook wall just to see what the preview looks like. So let's take it. Number one thing to keep in mind when you're writing a copy for your event description is trust, or when you're designing an image for your event is trust. Trust. There are three types of people that will land on your event. They're cold people, warm people, and hot people. In the sales world, they're called leads. Souls who vibrate to hear from you. But some of them are cold. They have not heard anything about you before. They haven't been exposed to any of the messages from what you believe in or what you're trying to share with the world. They might even be a little bit skeptical. Well, actually, let's be realistic. They are skeptical because this is the nature of the web. People are bombarded with so many things that we unconsciously, all of us have developed this filtering system of being skeptical. So how our brain works, it uses small keywords, or they're also known as care words that we care about, that will unconsciously trigger us, this is something relevant to me, this is important. So coming back to the trust, to grab the person's attention, person needs to be able to trust you. So to trust you, there needs to be care words in the headline of your event. There need to be care words in the first two paragraphs of the event descriptions. They are the most important two paragraphs that you will ever need. This is for two reasons. One is because most users are like global trend is that it used to be 50% mobile, 50% desktop users, people on the laptops and computers in the offices, at home. Now it's 60% and it's 80% depending on the country. So more and more people are actually going on the mobile. So when people open your Facebook event on the mobile, the first thing they will see when they receive an invite, be it in their email or in their notification on Facebook, is the name of your event, one, and two is the first snippet, the first two paragraphs, first two lines, to be safe. So the first two lines are super important, headline is super important. So to establish trust, you need to keep this in mind, is that it needs to have care words in the headline and in the first two paragraphs. It needs to have keywords, care words if you're designing a header image for the event with text. So the keywords need to be in there, the care words. And also the last point on the trust is that if the person is cold or warm, meaning that they know very little or nothing about you, you need to establish your credibility as fast as you can. So below this video I will post in a comment link to some image previews where people have used this. They put the photograph of the person who is holding the workshop and the titles, the description of, what makes them credible. I'm a world-renowned speaker. I'm an internationally trained teacher or coach. I'm qualified practitioner. I'm a registered osteopath. So keywords like this, things that unconsciously makes the person trust you more. You're not just self-acclaimed guru person, which we have a lot of. So that's finished. Trust. I know there's a lot of content to take in, but please be mindful, everything I'm saying is super important. All the points that I made from my personal experience and from how I see the mind works and the research that shows how human thinking works online. It's a different type of thinking. Okay, number two. Number two is about learning outcomes. So first one was about trust, establishing trust as fast as you can and using care words everywhere. And number two is about learning outcomes. What do I mean by this? Learning outcomes, any experience you give to the person, a course, a workshop, a training, a session, most likely will have a learning outcome. So learning or healing outcome. So it's something that will make the person different, feel different, look different, have different skills. A learning outcome, something different. It's an experience. Hold on. It's something that, okay, in simple words, the person came in one person inside your workshop, inside your course, inside your event. By the time they get out of it, they're a completely different person, subject to your workshop being a success. As in, they have changed in some key way. You have helped them in their life in some key way. Otherwise, it's not worth coming to your workshop. They're not supposed to be there. They're taking somebody else's valuable place. So, we call this learning outcomes in the training world. So, it is really important to keep the learning outcomes or the benefits of your healing as close to the top as possible. So if you study, this is really good practice, to go and study what other professionals in the field write about their events, people who are successful and they get good footfall, they get a lot of people into their workshops, or they get steady footfall. Look how they describe the events. A lot of the time it's not about you, here's me giving my event and I'm so cool and I'm so credible and trustworthy and I know this and I studied this. Yeah, okay, that's great, but when I'm online and I'm your potential client, I'm not really interested that much about you. I'm interested how you're gonna help me with my problems, with my needs, with the problems of my family, the loved ones. How are you going to help us all? So I will quickly, when I open your event, I will quickly, unconsciously or consciously, look for this. The key things that will help me relieve my suffering. That's it. So the learning outcomes should be at the top. At the bottom of this video, I will post some good examples that people say, or you can search yourself. And the last thing I wanted to say is that whatever description of the event you have, it always needs to have, it's called call to action. So if you put, when person reads the description of your Facebook event, it's like a mini journey, once they feel they resonate with it, You have their keywords, their care words, the things they care about. You've got their trust through your credibility, number one. You've got all the learning outcomes covered, number two. You will help them relieve their suffering or create more joy in their life. It's like a journey. You put them through a journey when they read through your Facebook text. And the journey needs to end in somewhere, which is obviously to help them get to your workshop with ease, with minimum obstacles. And that requires call to action. So call to action is please book your place here, or use this link to book your place, or tickets can be purchased here, or email me to discuss how you can join this event, or call this number. So they're all calls to action, and they have to be really clear that it's not just hanging in the air. Oh, this is such an exciting workshop, this exciting person is coming to our country, to our town, but in the end it just, what should I do? Oh, come and join us. That's not good enough. You need to have a clear instruction of what is your call to action. So yeah, that completes our incredibly intensive video with the 3 steps, 3 key things you need to know when you create your conscious event on Facebook, the marketing that you need to know. Let's repeat it. Number 1 is trust, establishing your credibility really quick through the use of the image. You only have 3 seconds of human attention to impress the person, be it hot, cold, or warm person. So trust, number 1. Number 2, learning outcomes. Number 3 is call to action. Finish it with call to action. And before you invite your guests, always check what your event looks like on a mobile, what your event looks like when people share it. Yeah, that's it. These are the main important things before you invite guests. Just check what it looks like. Is it enticing enough? Is it clear enough? I will make another video with a bit of more details and some kind of bonus points you need to know before you make the most out of your Facebook event. Okay, thank you so much. I bless your journey and all the souls that are about to be affected by your amazing work. Bye bye.